See what you did, Stephanie? Do you see the problems you have brought upon this team with your antics this season, Stephanie White? This is what you have done. Now we have to contemplate. We have to think about the what ifs. What ifs that shouldn't even exist because of the antics and the foolishness you pulled this season.
Let's talk about what's really been bubbling beneath the surface all season long. The story that could completely unravel everything the Indiana Fever have worked to build. While most people are busy celebrating the team's playoff run and speculating about Lexie Mitchell's upcoming contract situation, a far deeper issue has been brewing right under everyone's noses. A storm is forming, and at the center of it all is one player who has been disrespected, benched, and treated like an afterthought, even though she's been the glue holding this team together from the start. That player is Lexie Hull. Stephanie White has flat out disrespected and misused her this season. Don't get it twisted. White played her only when desperation struck, when injuries or circumstances forced her hand. But every time Lexie got that rare opportunity, she rose to the occasion. She transformed into 6 versions of herself on the court, everywhere at once, hustling, defending, shooting, and doing all the small things that don't always make the highlight reel but win basketball games. Yet despite proving herself time and time again, she was continually pushed to the side. Here's the truth that no one in Indiana wants to say out loud. Lexie Hull is about to enter free agency. And after how she's been treated this year, she might not come back. She could very well walk away from the very franchise she helped rebuild from the ground up. Do you think Stephanie White just made the biggest mistake of her coaching career? Let us know in the comments, because Lexie Hull's future might just define the Fever's direction. And let's be real, Lexie Hull won't have trouble finding suitors. With the way she performed down the stretch and in the playoffs, the lockdown defense, the hustle, and the clutch shooting, teams are watching. The Portland Fire are circling. The Seattle Storm are reportedly interested. And they're prepared to offer serious money. Let that sink in. Lexie Hull, the defensive enforcer, the energy spark, the three-point sniper, could be forced out by the same coach who should be celebrating her. Every time injuries forced Stephanie White's hand and Lexie was given a genuine opportunity, she showed up and delivered. She became a defensive nightmare for opposing teams, dove for every loose ball, hit big-time threes, and brought the intensity that can't be coached. Yet even after she proved herself again and again, White found new ways to bury her. And now, other franchises have taken notice. The Portland Fire and Seattle Storm are reportedly preparing to make big offers for her services. Across the league, coaches are whispering the same message: if Indiana doesn't value Lexie Hull, we will. Why would Lexie even consider leaving Indiana? The answer lies in the mismanagement and disrespect shown by this new Fever regime. Kelly Krauskopf, Amber Cox, and Stephanie White all played a part in pushing Lexie aside. They treated her as if she wasn't part of the original core four that resurrected this franchise from irrelevance. And while it might sound like standard off-season chatter, the truth goes much deeper. It's about ego, power, and broken trust. When Stephanie White took over, she made it clear she had her own vision, one that disregarded the foundation Indiana had already built. And that foundation wasn't just Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Lexie Mitchell, it included Lexie Hull, too. Before White arrived, the Fever had a clear identity, built around what fans called the Fever Fab Four: Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Lexie Mitchell, and Lexie Hull. Each player brought something unique, but Lexie was the pulse, the defensive anchor, the hustler, the selfless teammate who sacrificed stats and recognition for the greater good. She was the glue that held the Fever's chemistry together. Then Stephanie White came in with her so-called master plan. Her first big move? Signing DeWanna Bonner to a major contract, guaranteeing her a starting role, and instantly pushing Lexie Hull to the bench. Just like that, no open competition, no justification, no respect for what Lexie had earned. White handed a starting job to an aging veteran who had never played in Indiana's system over a young, proven player who had already earned her place through grit and performance. Imagine working tirelessly to earn trust, to become a cornerstone of a rebuilding team, only to be sidelined without explanation. That's what Lexie went through. Every rebound, every defensive stop, every ounce of effort she gave suddenly meant nothing. White's message through her actions was clear: you're replaceable. You don't matter. And athletes never forget that kind of slight. They remember it, and it fuels them, sometimes to stay and fight, but often to leave for good. And then, as if things couldn't get worse, Dawana Bonner, the player who replaced her, quit. She stopped showing up, mentally checked out, and left the team hanging while still collecting paychecks. Stephanie White, meanwhile, stood in front of cameras and told fans everything was fine. She lied, claiming the team was in control and stable, while everyone in the locker room knew the truth. Bonner had ghosted the team. And what made it worse? Reports confirming it came out the very same day White insisted everything was under control. Now imagine being Lexie Hull in that moment. You were benched for someone who quit on the team, while the coach who replaced you tried to cover it up publicly. Then, when the team ran out of options, they called on you again. Not out of respect, but out of desperation. That's not loyalty. That's damage control. When Bonner was gone, Lexie stepped in once more and did what she always does: played excellent basketball. She held down the defense, made smart plays, and helped stabilize the team when Sophie Cunningham was sidelined with an injury. But the moment Sophie got healthy again, Stephanie White made the same mistake all over. She benched Lexie, again, for no good reason. You could see it in the numbers. Throughout July, Lexie Hull struggled to even crack 20 minutes a game. 15 minutes here, 18 there, maybe 19 or 20 if the stars aligned, but never enough to truly make her presence consistent. And despite her impact, White kept her sidelined. During that same stretch, Indiana's defense completely fell apart. The team that had looked like a playoff threat suddenly couldn't stop anyone. The fix was obvious: give Lexie more minutes. But White refused. Instead, she kept tinkering, experimenting with odd lineups, trying Ari McDonald at point guard, running 3-guard rotations with Caitlin Clark, and forcing Sophie Cunningham into awkward roles. Every possible experiment was tried, except the one that had already worked: trusting Lexie Hull. And now, make no mistake, Lexie Hull and her agent are paying close attention. They know her market value has skyrocketed. If Indiana thinks they can bring her back on a discount, they're fooling themselves. Lexie Hull has earned starting level money, and she's going to get it, whether from Indiana or somewhere else. The stats back it up. When Lexie Hull gets consistent playing time, the Fever's defense sharpens, their ball movement improves, and Caitlin Clark plays more freely. Yet Stephanie White ignored those facts, choosing to double down on her own stubborn philosophy. Lexie wasn't just benched, she was deliberately marginalized. It wasn't about performance, it was about politics. That's why this situation cuts deeper than basketball.